There we go, maybe. Alright. Yeah, I had some thoughts about the Eclipse in the week before. And Fantasia, not the singer. But, I mean, you were talking about going to a church thingy. I mean, but that's no different than church anyway. I mean, I don't know why you...
I know.
You know?
It's just frustrating whenever you make that realization that
it's you?
that it's me.
There you go.
That I can't be real even in church.
Or you hadn't
I
learned.
see it in other people, but it's easier to project on other people than myself.
And then you can pick a fight.
And win.
And then go. Like a 3-year-old in Walmart.
Yep.
I mean, it's not you, it's all of us. Okay? Your awareness of it is, initially it'll feel weak, or you'll feel exposed or vulnerable. I mean, these people don't give a shit about you. It don't matter if you're real or not. You don't love each other in 90 days, people. I love you, brother. It's fine little feeling. It's whatever. And this practice, it's like virtual reality or something. But more than likely, if y'all see each other outside of here, you're going to be getting high together. More than likely. There's occasional exceptions, but Josh had to tell grown men yesterday to bring damn forks and cups back to the kitchen. And y'all all talking about y'all gonna get clean. Shit. I mean, I ain't mad at you. Do what the hell you want. Keep coming back, whatever.
It works if you work it.
Yeah, it keeps AA working if you work it. It keeps Turning Point working if you work it. I'm suggesting maybe go work your deal. Do what God has for you rather than somebody else's program. And all this stuff can be helpful and all that. But, don't bullshit yourself. If you have the word snitch coming out your mouth, you're a bitch. You're a convict. I mean, it ain't mad at you, but that's the fucking reality of it.
I got that in my notes. Get in your game, not the football game.
Yeah. I mean, we're playing everybody else's game. Some program, some fiction that your mama told you, your daddy told you, Weird Uncle Harold told you, whatever. That the world is saying that you're a consumer, that you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, you're black, you're white, you're gay, you're straight, you're trans, whatever. I got a vacuum cleaner hose sewed to my asshole, so give me some respect, you motherfuckers. I mean, God. And it's a trap, it's a trick, it's a lie. God. Because people ask me about 80 days into the program, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Or how's it going to be when I get out? It's going to be the same damn thing as what you do today. Who are you talking to? What are you thinking about? What are you paying attention to? What are you giving your life energy towards? That's what's going to happen when you get out. You can play I love Jesus for 90 days and whatever. And that's fine. You can continue to be a money source for the CROs and the probation officers and the whatever. It's fine. Do it. But don't be going, I don't know why. You do it because you like it. Because it's fun. It's interesting. Some people like horror movies and they pay money to go get scared. Some people like sadness. Anybody ever been depressed? I mean, there's no rational... Because you know, if you get rest, you get exercise, you get out in the sunlight, that just biologically your chemistry is going to change and you're going to feel better. But you go, well, I'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to go get some depressants and drink 24 of them today and then cry about being fucking sad. You retard. We get addicted to depression. We get addicted to the game of what can I get away with? We get addicted to, I'm mad at my daddy. So I project it onto my jailers and the police and whoever's the top crackhead over here this month. They let him use the phone. Why can't I use the phone? I mean, it's fine. Do it. But don't be blaming other folks. But that, too, is another game. It's somebody else's fault. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I am. And the primary basic sin is the Antichrist, the, what do they say, the Holy, grieving the Holy Spirit is a refusal to accept my identity as a creature of God. And by my actions and by my thoughts and by my rebellion, I'm doing this to God. I'm too scared to be quiet. No, you ain't. You enjoy the game, baby. You know, it's fine. And it's just a change of habit. You know, it's not.
I'm enjoying it less and less.
I know, because you're discovering what's real. And it's a process. It's not, you know, it's like a acorn turning into a tree. But I think I told your brother, we were talking about the seeds and stuff and how they work. I said, you like a damn Mexican jumping bean though. Get still. Surrender. We're trying to figure shit out. It's okay to try to figure. It's okay to think. But you got to do the first thing first. Who are you in God? Not coming up with the new secret magic formula from the new workbook that the new thing done and I mean, you can do a religion or a recovery program or anything. You could base it on the life cycle of a mustard seed plant growing, and it'll work. All this other stuff, there's no secret except that there ain't no secret. You already know. When you're still, when you quit striving, when you quit clinging to your godhood of this ego you've created, you are acting and following in the path of Christ, who determined, who said, who actualized the idea that clinging to godhood was not, and he let go, and he became a human soul. It's in one of them books. And we keep looking outside ourselves. We keep getting played like bitches. We create our life and then blame the people that we brought into our life. As grown people. We didn't have much choice on how we were raised and what our initial programming was. But if you've been struggling with alcohol for 30 years, it's because you like it to some degree. And that's fine. You're not going to hell because you drank beer. The issue is not the drinking or not. The issue is you surrendering your soul to something that is not a God, that is not your creator. One of the most profound Worship songs is, I think, David Allen Coe sang it. Jack Daniels, if you please, knock me to my knees so I can worship. For you're the only friend there's ever been that didn't do me wrong. And then they pass the offering plate and you pay $6 for a beer. You know? Or if you're a lawyer type, you might like McKellen single malt or whatever. That's not the issue. The issue is, my love, is that fear that keeps you from coming to have that conversation with me. That's the addiction. And it's not about me. You can go talk to the tree if you want. But that's the issue. That's the real stuff. Not whether you learn your little lessons and get your gold stars and whatever. Y'all ever seen that Mickey Mouse Fantasia, Sorcerer's Apprentice thing? You know, where he was supposed to be the student and his master told him to go get some water. And he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to handle the real business, packing water. So he stole his master's hat and started going. And they had the brooms to do the work, you know. And then it got out of control. He stirred up more than he knew what to do with. And that's kind of what we do. We work our little magic on people. Some of y'all, probably nobody in here, but some guys have this, like, they only like one kind of crazy bitch. Could be a redheaded one, a right-handed one, a left-handed one. But they got to be crazy as shit. That's the only thing. You know, and they shop at the crazy bitch store and think all women are the same. Because you know you got your little lines. You go look for some weak, insecure woman and go, God, you're so fine. How you doing? And you masking your insecurity with whatever little outfit you got on. You could be, depends on if you like the gold teeth kinds or the, you know, the Highland sweet pretty church girl kind that's crazy as a bat. Just, I mean, it's just different costumes and stuff. And you say your little magic formulas. We used to do this when you pick up dudes and stuff. You do that. Same shit. It was a game, it was a magic. You're casting spells with words. And then you think you own them, but they're casting spells back, and that's what makes you throw a fit when they don't do what you want. Because it ain't real. It's an illusion. You got the little hat on and you go, and then you gripe that nobody understands you or knows you. And you put nothing real out in the universe. They're supposed to be mine, and they're doing the same thing. It's just, and I had some, you know, a week ago, it was as if the world was about to explode because some rednecks got a rebel flag somewhere in Carolina in one of them places, you know, and they put on their redneck Nazi costumes. Hail Hitler! You know, they play in their little, Hail Hitler! They don't say Heil, they say Hail, because they from the South, you know. Hail Hitler. And we hate Jews and niggers, and Hail Hitler. And then as the drama unfolded, there was these little like 18, 21-year-olds put on their ninja suits, you know, and they come out and they had their, and somebody got run over by a car or something, you know, whatever.
They were all casting spells.
Well, I mean, if you're going to hang around retarded people, shit happens. That's just what happens. Really, you know, whatever. You know, do you believe in Darwin or not? Survival of the fittest, you know. protect people from the natural consequences of their behaviors sometimes too much. And they continue in those behaviors. We tell kids, you're so smart, when they dumb.
Screwed up gene pool.
Something. I mean, my oldest son, maybe y'all meet him sometime. He's at the Highlands.
You got one of his youth?
Love it. He's a cool kid, man. Well, he's a man now. But, I mean, when my kids were growing up, I mean, this boy, we homeschooled him until he was in the 10th grade. He walked on at Spain Park. Y'all know Spain Park? He walked on at Spain Park unknown and became the, when he was a senior, he was starting defensive end, which was a pretty big deal, you know. But he would say stuff like, because he liked to play basketball and stuff, and he'd say, how do you do that? And I said, well, baby, you play basketball like a great defensive end, you know. See, he wasn't going to college playing no basketball. My kids, when they was growing up, they'd come and say, Daddy, and they'd tell me a joke, and they say, is that funny? And I say, And they go cry. And then they'd come back and go, tell them, And they go cry. And then they'd say something just in conversation that was brilliant, and I'd just crack up. You know? And they learn, they're quick people. You know? So which one is the sin? Hurting somebody's feelings or telling the truth? So anyway, we had all this, and then you had all these Facebook wars, you know. Kill the Nazis! And well, I think we talked about last week, the Nazis and the communists, it's all the same shit, pretty much. You know, one's a little more this way, but it's all the same stuff. And they're fighting, and I can't believe, and Trump is this, and da-da-da-da. And these feminists that like Hillary Clinton, so with that. I mean, it's so, you talking about hypocrisy a while ago. It's ridiculous. And it's like the media's doing the Mickey Mouse thing with the culture. And everybody dances. Because they don't know who they are. They identify with, well, I don't know who I am, but I hate them skinhead crackers. That we become what we're not, something, or I don't know. Well, I ain't like them little people that wear them ninja suits that their mama helps them get dressed in the morning, you know. Mama, we don't like Trump, do we? Okay, you know. And they can't help it, they've been in public school. You know, and my wife's a teacher. I ain't dogging teachers out. It's indoctrination. They don't teach philosophy. They don't teach basic epistemological stuff, which is what is truth and how do you determine what is truth and da-da-da-da. It's just whatever makes me feel a certain way, that's true. She just makes me feel. He just makes me. It's all a head game because we don't know ourselves. And I swear, I thought last week the whole world was going to blow up and they was doing their Facebook wars. You know, and if somebody said something that went out of the stereotype, it was like 500 comments. And they were just mutual stupid ass people. Because there are skinheads, there are stupid people, there are stupid white people, there's stupid black people, there's stupid all kind of people. Right? But in the frenzy of the media, it was as if that was 90% of the population. That was out of 300 million or however many we were, it was a couple hundred. Irrelevant statistically. But because, folks, this is how it's so, we turn on to our particular programming and then we learn what to talk about today. One of the cool things about y'all being here, I mean, if it's me, I probably wouldn't do no TV at all, just for your good, not for your punishment because you bad boys. Because we're so programmed as a culture. You know, I'm a Fox News person. I'm a CNN person. Well, there's about 5 corporations owns all of them, stupid. You know, the movies, the sitcoms, the whatever, they all run in the same bullets with the news. And then, okay, so all that was going on, everybody thought the world was going to end or whatever. And then it just got real quiet. It's like somebody clicked a program, click, click. So I downloaded a new program. It was NASA says to go look at the sun. Except nature's dangerous, so you have to look at nature through a cereal box. And all these retards, millions of them, all over the world had these cheap little sunglasses and cereal boxes. I think people are going, let's see what these fuckers will do this week. Let's watch this, it's funny. And they're probably in some building somewhere just laughing at all these retards.
Somebody made a lot of money off our stupidity, didn't they?
You know. I mean, there's been eclipses since there's been a sun and the moon.
And Americans think they're special because it hadn't happened like this in almost 100 years. Bitch, it just hadn't happened in our hemisphere. It happens a lot. But we're special because it happened on our continent.
Oh. But that's what we're laughing about this. The cultural stuff, that's what happens to us. When I'm picking at y'all sometimes, it's because you're going looking at the sun through a cereal box and want me to take it serious. I don't because it's funny. It's not because it's judgment, it's funny. You know, I'm going. And the cool thing is when you learn to laugh at yourself first, then you're free. You know? There is a tradition in the monarchies, they used to have a jester or a joker person. Y'all know these people? And even in card decks, they have jokers. And they come in there and screw up everything. You know, when you get a joker, because it's wild, you never know what's going to happen. You know. We are most dangerous and most pathetic when we take ourselves too seriously. You know? Y'all know what I'm talking about? And we're the most hilarious when we take ourselves too seriously. And part of what the joker will do, that part of your consciousness or whatever. You ever had a dream where everybody's laughing at you? You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. That's the joker. You know. And it's akin to the paranoia too. And that part of yourself, that part of myself is your friend. The joker's ruthless, but he always tells the truth and he's always faithful. And rather than running from the joker, running from the clown face, you know how I never was, but some people are scared of clowns and stuff. You know, it's because that's our foolishness that we're not seeing. We got to smile, especially with your comment this morning. You got to smile. Well, a lot of clowns will be frowning, but they got a smile painted on. You know, or they're smoking a cigarette, drinking some whiskey, and so they're fucking kids, and then they go do their thing. It's especially if you're doing religion seriously, you're going against what Christ said. Become as a little child, he said. You know, there's no serious children unless somebody fuck with them real bad. Y'all have been around serious children? They're 6 years old and they act like they're 30. Yeah. Someplace, sometime, you're going to have to get real, real still. And you're going to have to come to realize or come to terms with the idea, the fact that your life, that my life is exactly as I want it on some level. It's not the devil's fault. It ain't God not loving you's fault. It's not you didn't do your magic scriptures right or nothing like that. And it's almost like kind of saying, I'm tired of this game. And when you get tired of that game, all that stuff that your game has been holding back is going to wash over you. And you're going to be tempted to jump back into the old ways. Because those are defenses against that fear. Against the sadness, against the whatever. But there ain't no way to get through this without experiencing that. None. You can do that without reading the Bible. And you'll be righteous. You can read the Bible till Jesus comes back and not make no progress. I think, in our tradition, it's helpful to do both. But if you don't do the first thing, the rest of it is beaten off. Because whatever your feelings are, most of us don't really know because we're so reactive to it. I mean, a couple, 3 or 4 weeks ago, whenever it was. Rolex watch boy. Whatever his name was. I mean, I was doing Mickey Mouse on him and he didn't even know it. I said, bitch. Well, ain't no bitch. Yes, you are, because your mouth opened when I said it. It's if somebody can say a word and you jump up and down, like Rumpelstiltskin. You know why Rumpelstiltskin jumped up and down? Y'all know that story? Because she called his name. That's what made him jump. But I'm provocative sometimes because it's fun. But the purpose behind it is so that you can get out of your because if the stuff ain't in your face, you can't do nothing about it. If that fear, if that sadness, if that whatever ain't in your face, there's nothing you can do. Does that make y'all understand what I'm saying? You know? And really, there's nothing to do except sit there and just go, what's it like being scared? This is cool. And if some of you, like, are you a member boy that was fucking a dragon guy? He lived his life, he would just go find dragons to try to slay and bulls to ride. He's trying to work out outside, proving how big a man he is or whatever. And I'm not dogging him. at all. What's it like to be totally depressed? When we usually feel it, we're fighting it. I don't want to be depressed. Well, that don't help. I'm not going to experience my depression. I'm going to go kill myself. What an audacious, presumptuous act of wanting to be God. And we trick ourselves, well, I'm so pitiful, so... No, you fucking ain't. God made you. The only pitiful part is the part you made. And the part I made. Does that make sense to you? You nod your head and stuff? You know? Being sad ain't will kill you. Go and do stupid shit will kill you. If you sit still long enough, the sadness will roll away just like a cloud. Won't it, baby? And then you go, cool, I like storms. If you remember that you forgot and sit back and just chill. Because all that stuff it's something we made up in our head. But yeah, just like that. We went from Nazis and communists and ninja suits to nothing, silence, and then NASA bullshit. And grown-ass professional people walking around looking at the sun through a cereal box. Because I looked at it and I ain't blind. Part of that rebellion, I'm going to look at this shit anyway just because they say not to, bastards. You know, that's me. Because in my mind I'm going, what's up there they want me to see? You know, that's how I work. Because I wondered what was in those little 3D glasses things. Because when I looked at the sun, I saw it wasn't no black place. Did you see a black place? So I'm going, well, I guess that light hit my eyes and bounced back to the moon and something. I don't know. But then you put on those little glasses and it, whatever, I don't know. I'm sure I'm stupid about it, but it's fun.
I think like the light, like barely like the sliver of the sun that was shining, was like going around the.
Yeah, it curved, didn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't see black spots. I put them damn glasses on.
I don't know. It's just funny.
I wasn't about to go pay no.
Did Copernicus and them have cereal boxes to look through?
Copernicus. But the mine, the nice days.
Yeah, they had some like Captain Crunch with Crunch Berry cereal box, and they was looking.
Out and out of corn nuts.
I think they know just not to look at the damn sun. Hey, that's bright. Let's not look.
Somebody looked there to draw a picture of it. Draw a picture of carbon and stuff.
I don't know. I wasn't there. It's just fun. But the thing about the NASA or the thing yesterday, whenever was that, Monday or whenever it was, is our culture is such that nature is alien to us now, for the most part. It's weird. It's strange. We're disconnected from it. We need a piece of plastic to. I mean, the sun and the moon is still there today. I wonder how many folks are going to look at it tonight. You know?
Yeah, protect ourselves from it.
I wonder if I was to look at that sun with them 3D glasses, if if I found something, if I looked through it, add it today, I wonder if it.
Do it. Let me tell me. Let's do that.
Who had it?
That'll be fun. Let's do that.
I won't say that if anything.
It might be Nibiru was back here. Nibiru was back here. Something. Maybe. They used to say the world's flat till 500 years ago. And now we got all these brilliant scientists that are talking about these primitive Egyptian folks that build pyramids that we can't fucking do. So build a pyramid, then I'll listen to your dumb ass. Hey, I mean, I've seen people on the internet talking about how, well, NASA can predict the eclipses and stuff. They were doing that 5,000 years ago.
With the same accuracy.
Yeah. I mean, they used different timepieces or whatever. They accounted for time differently, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, in time, it's just, well, where do you start counting from? Anyway. Which calendar are you using? What?
There's some crazy stuff that they was able to do back then, like the Stonehenge. Apparently, like one they built lines up directly with another one, like in a perfect line.
Well, NASA did those calculations for them. No, I know.
There's some brilliant people back then.
In the last month or so, guys, I've been talking about mattering. Get your spirit, thought, whatever all that stuff is, back in your body. If you want to live, if you want to be a living soul. That's the only way to do it. Your enemy is the fear, is the anxiety. Be still. No. Don't be anxious. That's not just some nursery room thing. It's the most important. And in that interaction, in that process of getting to know that anxiety, you will become. You're doing recon. If you're doing anything, you're not fighting it. Fighting it is how the world system works. When you fight something, you give it energy. You ever seen Fifth Element? Any y'all ever seen the Fifth Element? Chicken good, you know. When the big thing came, everybody got scared and it get bigger and bigger every time they. Your religion is a paradox. If you want to live, you have to die. If you want something, you give it away. If you want power, you surrender control. And this is just Sunday school stuff, guys. Does anybody have a question or a comment or want to argue with me or anything? That'd be fun. What?
We should have alluded to this.
Okay, just speak in the first person now.
Okay. When you do come to a point, when I've come to a point of enlightenment, awakening to the facade that the world is.
Which you already have.
Yes, I have. And then, like you said, it's a process. Right now, I'm still need more. Maybe I got a few little roots. But at what point do you just sit back and know that for yourself? Or do you not fight the fuck back and say this isn't right? You don't fight, and fighting your good energy, but when do you bring it to other people's eyes? You're sitting here doing it to us in a way, which granted it's up to us if we choose.
I didn't make y'all come.
I know.
I just showed up.
But how do you not get fucking pissed at all the bullshit?
Well, you attend to the log in your fucking eye first.
Okay, I know, and I'm still an acorn, I'm growing. When do I get to the point where...
Get the log out and you will see then to help someone with a speck in theirs.
Okay.
If you still have that question, you still got a big log in your eye.
No, I know it.
So, that's when. You already knew the answer. It's in your book.
Yeah, but I want to do it now.
Well, do it now. I ain't stopping you. You can do it now. But you're still holding on to, I want to fight some. Because it's fun. And it's what protected me. And it's what made me popular. It made me run fast. It made me smart. It made me all these things that ain't really you. Those are a manifestation of that. And they're wonderful and fun and cool, but they're disconnected from the deeper parts. And that's why it feels fake. The win is now. And you just did it because you back off. And then you did it. That's now. Now you'll have another now in a minute. You can decide if you want to do it again. And you remember.
Why is it that I can only be real with some people? Is it because I'm not letting myself be real with everyone?
Yeah.
Is it for a particular reason?
Well, baby, you don't shit in front of everybody. That don't make you fake. I'm guessing you don't. You don't be real around fake ass people.
Well, can I beat them up the head with a fucking log and just put them out in misery?
Once you get your log out, come let's talk. Because Jesus did beat some ass. Okay? But typically there's a crucifixion coming soon after. So that is an option in your toolbox.
Real to you may be like not real to me though at the same time. So everybody has like their own thing to do. That's something like I've had to kind of have to learn to accept, which I'm still working on.
In terms of what, baby? When somebody says something that you don't agree with, kind of stuff?
Well, like a fact is a fact. An opinion. A lot of people try to argue about opinions when it's pointless because your opinion's no more. Real. My opinion is.
No, an opinion is nobody's opinion is realer because it's an opinion. And if you believe, that means by definition you don't know. Once you know, you don't argue with fools.
I think I got a Hitler somewhere in me.
Yeah, who?
Hitler. I don't see the point in putting up with bullshit. I'd rather just go ahead and kill them all.
Knock yourself out.
And that's terrible. It's going to get me in jail.
And that's the same shit as you're going to kill yourself. It's a will to be God of something that you ain't big enough to be God of. My love.
Very true.
That's very audacious. That's very, I can't think of the word. It's a narcissistic will to be.
And I love it.
And I know you do. I know you do. But it's killing you. So, and keep doing it if you want.
So it's a beer, everybody.
Sound like the bald-headed dude on Austin Powers. And that, which is another stereotype. But that's a good question. It's here, it's here, it's here. Just remember that you forgot. Remember that you forgot. Remember, you're addicted to the game more than you are to substances. That's just part of the play of the game. There's some of y'all, y'all have cycled through a couple times, and each time that you came back is not a failure. It's your soul trying to nudge you to that place where you finally let go. That's all it is. Because there's a part of you and me that knows all this stuff. And we do things to put ourselves in predicaments where what we're doing don't work again and again and again till we finally get tired of a game or we die. And then at our last breath we go, oh. You know? That was fun or whatever. But you can't know it till you know it. And it's not a it, it's just a place of being between this part of your head and that part of your head. It's going, oh shit, I forgot. I'm gonna cook. Oh no, that's so stupid. And then you laugh at yourself for your seriousness. You go, you're such a retard. And you say that to yourself. Do you understand what I'm talking about that? When you look at yourself and you go, oh, you're so stupid. And it's kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? And all that serious shit melts off and it's just, you kind of play again. And you enter into the kingdom. Into right now. That's where the kingdom is. Oh, look. See? Got them at Walmart. 3 pair for $6. You know.
That way you got your Joker all the time.
I'm like, I think that's kind of my thing now. Is I'll get serious and then I'll crack myself up because it's retarded. I don't know. It's funner though.
More fun.
Funner. Me saying funner is like me wearing these socks. With all my diplomas on the wall, I got these socks on and my long ass hair. It's the Joker thing. It's, you know.
I guess I need to swallow my pride. Not yet. I do need to swallow my pride. I'm nowhere close to that though. I'm not working on it. It's a process.
Let me give you a different metaphor.
So that when I can
Just let go of it. Fall backwards into the nothing. I mean, okay. Let's see if this makes any sense. Look through your eyes and see your field of vision. And see where it ends right here. Right here. Is there something outside of that? There's more outside of it than there is inside of it, right? What color is it out here? Not till you look at it. Till you look at it, it's just vibrations. And then when you do this, then this disappears. It's this stuff back here that you got to get to know. What's real without your senses? Who's sitting there thinking about what you're thinking about? Because if you get around that place, you ain't depressed, you ain't craving, you ain't nothing. Just chilling. And then when you step back into this thing of the senses, then you go, oh shit, okay, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a nut. And you put all this stuff back on you and walk around with it. You ever like, right before you wake up, you know you ain't asleep, but you know you ain't awake? You ever done that? And you ain't depressed, you ain't nothing, you just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm there. But then we go, oh shit, it's time to wake up. Oh, okay, well, I'm in jail. That dude raped me last night. Mama was a one-legged Mexican crack whore, and Daddy was and we say, oh, okay, and then you can feel it pull back down on you. Okay, I got to put on my gangster hat so nobody will fuck me again, something or whatever. Jump back in the game. Play my role, act right, learn my lesson.
But as you said earlier, you can't shit in front of everyone.
No, why would you want to?
So, therefore, you were forced to put back on some of that bullshit.
Well, baby.
So why can't I just fucking kill everybody else that ain't shit in front of, and then I can be...
Because you're not their fucking God, boy. Quit. Do you hear me? Quit it. Quit it. That's why. See? I wasn't even mad. That's my daddy voice. Any of y'all jump when I do that?
Daddy, please don't hit me.
Don't hit me again. Don't touch me there no more. If somebody touched your special place 20 years ago, you ain't even got the same special place no more because all the cells have redone and you're not even in the same body. Your special place has been gone a long time ago.
It's a public place.
Huh?
It's a public place.
Because that stuff's in here, not here.
That's your special place.
For some folks, it is. You asking? And say we're playing. And it's fun.
Still pisses me the fuck off.
Well, be pissed off. Play with that.
Now I get angry.
Shut up. That was fun. Well, before I hollered, I was about to say something. I'm trying to remember. Oh, you was gonna kill everybody? What I'm saying? The murderous impulse is righteous, but the thing that needs to die is your ego.
I see that.
And nothing wrong with the ego. It lets you know where it's told to put the food in, you know. I'll be, where did I put the food? It's mine. It's mine. It's fun. Because if you'll practice that stuff and start observing yourself, doing recon. Anybody, doing recon, military? When you do recon, it's actually you're not doing nothing except observing and taking notes to get to know the territory. That's all I'm talking about. If you're up on the hill in your little suit and you're flopping around, you're going to get shot. Be still. Take notes. Observe. What's it like when the storms roll in on me? When I'm bored, what is that about? We talked about this a month ago, boy. You remember? Not you, him, behind me. About being bored. You know, what is that? What's that like? What is it about? Why do I impulsively, like a child, jump up and go search for shiny things when I have that feeling? That's a part of your soul trying to get your attention, or God, or however you want to think about it. Trying to teach you something, lead you into a new path, a new way of being. There's nothing wrong with anything you've done necessarily. It's just it's getting old. Or you wouldn't be putting shit in your body so you could feel something. Or get away from one feeling to get to another feeling or whatever. If you start doing recon on yourself and start observing who is it that I'm hanging out with, not to judge somebody, because whoever you're hanging out with is you. You know? The words, why do I say snitch when only prisoners and convicts say that shit? Why is that coming out of my mouth? Why is it that I can't rule myself enough to keep a simple rule like where the glasses are supposed to be? Why am I going through 90 days expecting somebody else to clean up after me? If that's anybody in here. Not for anybody else's judgment, but for you to go look at yourself and go, really? Am I this much of a punk bitch? That's the joker. To go, why are you being such a twat? I started to get some damn Kotex to bring in here and give prizes. Just experiment with that. Try to follow the rules you decided to sign your name to, and get some new awareness. Why are you still trying to make these little subcultures that are underground and we're against them, we don't like them, and it may be the little convict group, because there's always usually a convict group, and then there's a super religious group, and then somebody vying to be the guru of the I've been clean for 1 month shit. Telling everybody, well, this is what I don't give a fuck what you think. I love it. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm saying, know yourself. Which one of those stereotypes, if any, are you fitting in? It's the Mickey Mouse shit. And if you like the stereotype, keep playing, it's fine. As I was watching the other day, and I ain't saying who it was, but it was like folks was fighting to be first in line at the kitchen, really? And I heard that person talking about biblical stuff while they were pontificating over lunch. I'm going, what is, I think that book you talking about says the first will be last. And the last will be first. Don't invite yourself to the front, fucking tard. Sit in the back and be invited. What, baby?
Wait.
It wasn't you. It's alright. What?
It's completely off topic. Like,
Good.
I don't even know why.
Good, because I'm bored with what I'm talking about.
No, are you sure? I planted an apple tree the other day. It's been about 3 days ago, but I planted an apple tree.
From a seed?
Yeah.
Where did you plant it?
I planted a little cup, like some dirt in it.
Okay.
And hadn't sprouted yet, but I call it an apple tree, positive reinforcement, you know. Every morning I go over there, okay.
Don't dig it up.
No, I haven't.
Okay, make that a metaphor for what God's wanting to do in you.
Hopefully it'll grow with me. I got faith in that seed and God that seed's going to turn into a tree. So I just been watering it, putting it outside, just leaving it there.
You act like that seed for a month or two. Sit your ass still. And let your ass crack open and put down some roots. You ain't got to go to class to learn how to do that. Still. And then God will, we plant the seeds maybe, but who makes it grow?
Yeah.
God. That ain't off topic, that's what I'm talking about. Be still.
And honestly, I think it's making a lot of progress too, because let's just say once it gets an inch out of the soil, it's already grown 2 inches, because I planted it an inch deep.
Sweet.
So it's making progress even though I don't see it.
Well, yeah. As long as you leave it alone.
Yeah, I ain't been digging.
No, it's the same with you. It's the same with everybody in here. When you're anxious about it, and we go, well,
I wanted to a couple times.
I know.
Really, really
I
bad.
know. I know.
But I hadn't done it yet.
Okay? That's an exercise of faith. Okay? And that seed might suck. Okay? But the seed that you are does not suck. You know? And it's letting go of the control of that. You can't do a damn thing. You can fuck it up. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. It's the same with us. We're the one that fucks us up. Not God. We think too much. We try to do too much. What, boy?
Piggybacking off that, I think that's my problem. My seeds, I always overwater them because I want to see them. I'm too anxious. I want to see them grow fast. And it's not fast enough. I don't want to sit still. I always kill cactuses. I kill everything because I love it too much. I want to see it grow. I want to see it now.
Yeah. You don't know when it started?
And all I do is fuck it up.
And all that energy is death to whatever it's focused on.
Part of me must die.
Part of accepting things you can't change. You can't make it grow or anything.
You can't make you grow. I mean, we do religion like, anybody ever planted cucumbers or something? And they wasn't growing fast enough to start jerking on them, fuckers. I loved when we had the garden out here.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You know, it's for one thing. It gets back to nature. You can do some prep. That's all you can do. You can't make yourself go to sleep. All you can do is prepare yourself for it, and then either it comes or it does not. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at this kid getting potty trained and his mama going, go to the bathroom now, you know. Like it's a voluntary thing. I mean, at some point it's going to be knocking at your back door. But you didn't do that either. Consciously, it's not a choice thing. And it's fine to think and it's fun to play and all that kind of stuff, but we got to do the first thing. Remember that you're a seed, or you're an oak tree inside of a seed, or whatever you want to be, petunia plant, or whatever. Yeah, that's what you
I don't know what kind of tree I want to be. I haven't really thought about it yet.
Let's say you don't even get to choose because God even created what kind of seed you are. So it's just whatever. It's watch the unfolding of you. It's anxiety. The fear of the whole world system is based on fear. It's based on anxiety to get you to go this way or go that way. Practice not labeling shit. Not doing stuff is the work, y'all. And then when it's time to do, then you go do. You know, if you improve the, I don't know why I did that by 20%, what would your life be like? Not 100%. 10%, if you knew 10% more why you did shit. What would that be like? That'd be cool. I think I'm bumping about 4% now. But it's 1,000,000 times better than where I was. I don't think nobody gets past 55. Y'all got any more to say? Thank you, boy.